Hello everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and today I'm sharing with you days 14 and 15 of our month-long daily art journaling challenge from Art Drive Sharing Art Community. This is hashtag AJ Snark Attack 2020. And we have a list of snarky quotes that you can use if you'd like to, or you can come up with your own snarky quotes and make an art journal page every day in October 2020. So this one for day 14 is really super fast. Like, I think it took me 25 minutes to make, and then this is 4 times fast. So all I did was take a gel printed piece of paper and use that as my background. The reason that I picked this particular paper is that it reminds me of prickly pear cactus, and it's got the right color for what I'm going for. I did do a little bit of finger painting to kind of fill in a little bit of the background where the gel print had left some white. You know, sometimes it doesn't pull up everything. And I trimmed that down, and then I started with my quote, which is one from our list of 31 quotes for Snark Attack. I'm using some rubber stamps. This is a stamp from Stampin' Up! That has the upper and lower. You self-mounted it back in the day. I mean, this thing is like, 15 years old or something. And so I'm using the upper, which is on the face, and then the lower, which is mounted on the side, to do my quote. The quote is, "Step aside, coffee. This is a job for wine." Now, I don't drink wine. There's something in wine that gives me a really bad headache, but I do drink margaritas. I live in Arizona. I love margaritas, particular mango margaritas, but I also like the lime ones with a little bit of salt on the rim. So yummy, frozen, blended. I like them blended rather than over the rocks. But the desert is a tequila kind of place because tequila is made out of the agave plant, which grows in the desert. And it grows mostly in the part of the desert that is in Mexico, but the Sonoran Desert where I live extends into Mexico, so there is probably some agave cactus somewhere around here. I know people have planted in their yard. It's pretty. There's blue agave, which has got kind of a real turquoisey colored leaf. And so margaritas is really more appropriate for my particular snarky quote. So I stamped all the words that were in the quote, and then I crossed out wine and wrote in margaritas with some lime green Posca pen. It doesn't show up very well, and so I end up writing over it a couple different times with different colors, trying to make the word margaritas in my own handwriting stand out. Then I drew a real sketchy sketch of a margarita glass, and it's got a lime on the side because this is going to be a lime one, and it's going to have, lime green margarita in it, which I'm painting with some Dina Wakley heavy body lime paint. Excuse me. I also add a little bit of the evergreen just to give a little bit of shading, but I'm intentionally making this sketchy. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm going over the lines and making it super, random and fun. And this is as quick as you could make a page, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and you're done. So you don't have to make it a big production every single time. I did miss a couple days, so this one is actually coming with 2 pages in the same video. Things have been going on and not good things. So, yeah, lots of bad things going on for our family right now. So then I just made a little border around the edge, and I sketched over the black lines with a little bit of sketchy white lines. I think it's really cute. It was cute and quick and snarky. So that's for day 14, which is technically yesterday. And here are the close-ups. You can see that there is some shading with a darker green color and then the real lime green color. At the end, I went over the margaritas word with black just to make it stand out more. And yeah, that was fun. The next page was a combination of our October mood board in the Art Drive Sharing Art community group. This is our mood board, and this page was inspired by that. Actually, it was 100% taken from it because I found the photo that Peg used with the little horse, the little silly horse, and I also used the quote from the page. So it was definitely 100% mood board all day long. But Peg's mood board for this month was all about snarky stuff and COVID and all the things that are, just too annoying this whole year. That's what the mood board was all about. So I got out some more Dina Wakley heavy body paints is what is on my desk. This one was made actually on the live stream, and so we were doing this on Thursday the 15th on the live stream show. I started out with my small soft rubber brayer, which is a 2-inch brayer, and started to just brayer on some color in the background. Sometimes when you just want to get some color on there quickly, this is a great way to go. If maybe you're making something like a masterboard, starting out with brayered color is great. You can do it with ink or with paint, and I'm just using this heavy body paint, picking it up with the brayer and then brayering it across. I want to make a cool, fun background for my crazy looking horse picture, which I've already printed. I've sealed it with some matte medium and I've already cut it out before I started. I did need to fill in a little bit in the center where the brayer couldn't go over the middle part of the book because it's too, you just couldn't get the brayer down in there enough. Then I'm taking a variety of Stencil Girl stencils and stenciling over my colors. I was thinking about kind of a cloudy, windy background, so I used that swirly stencil. Then at the bottom, maybe some plants. So I've got a leaf stencil and then another one that kind of looks like grass coming up here in a minute. Just adding more color, more layers. The whole background is just going to be stenciled, and it turns out really fun. I like how that looks. This is the one that reminds me of grass, although I think it's supposed to be something like cracked glass maybe or something. I'm not sure, but I think it just looks like grass to me. So I just turn it at an angle like that and add in some more color. And then I was thinking about horses having a fence. So I wanted some sort of vertical color going across. I mean, not vertical, the horizontal color going across. So I use another stencil and just some of that Sedona colored paint from the heavy body paints from Dina Wakley, and do a couple lines of something just across. This is abstracted fence. Doesn't look like a fence, but is the idea of a horse being inside a fence that I was thinking about. So we've got sky, we've got plants, we've got this fence. I added some dark blue, that's the night colored paint. Little X's in the sky to kind of represent, I don't know, stars or something. It's just how you do it with stenciling. It's for fun. Then I'm going to glue on my photo. After I did it, I thought, you know what, I should have just drawn it. But this is a way that you can, if you don't feel like you can draw, you can put a photo on and then you can paint over it. Or you could just put a photo on. I mean, there's certainly magazine collage. That's totally legit. But I'm just going to paint over it because I need to draw in the rest of the horse. He wasn't in the picture. And I'm not really happy with how the rest of the horse got drawn. But I'm just not feeling, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. So it didn't turn out exactly the way I planned, but I think you can tell that it's a horse and he's making a funny face, kind of like almost a shocked face or something maybe. I got out some burnt sienna paint and I started to paint the horse. I'm going to paint him that color. Doesn't quite match the picture, so I'm going to paint. I mean, I was going to paint over the whole thing anyway, so I'm getting that solid color in the horse body and then going over it with the same color in other areas so that it's all burnt sienna. I think this kind of a horse might be called a paint, maybe. He's got spots on him. So I realized that after I've painted him completely burnt sienna, I realized he's going to need some more spots because he's got a spot. He's got like a spot down his face. He's got one on his neck. So obviously the rest of his body would have spots too. So I get some titanium white paint and just go ahead and paint in some spots and paint over the spots. His mane is white, which I thought was kind of interesting. And then I add in some areas of spots where they might be on his body. Who knows? Who knows? Just for fun. Anyway, this is completely for fun. In fact, our challenges, our daily art journaling challenges, just to encourage you to do something creative every day, which is pretty important right now when a lot of us are really stressed from all the things that are going on in the world, whether it's politics, whether it's the pandemic, whether it's, just being away from our families, knowing that the holidays are coming and we won't be seeing our families. Maybe there's some events going on like funerals that we can't attend because we can't fly. You know, all of this is very stressful. So doing art journaling every day is a good way to relieve some of that stress. And I, of course, am the one who needs to remind myself of that. You guys probably already know it, but sometimes I don't feel like doing anything. And I just want this year to be over. I really just want it. I want this whole thing to just be over. I'm so done with being inside and, not doing all the social distancing and not traveling and not seeing my family that live far away. Just over it, people, over it. So now I have out my Pentel pocket brush. This is a black India ink inside a cartridge, and then it's got like a brush on the end like a water brush, only it's actually got ink inside of it. And this is a fun one to play with. I'm doing some messy, sketchy lines around my horse, blending that color a little bit with a water brush. If I put a line where I don't want it, I have a few seconds that I can clean it up with, a little bit of water or a baby wipe. Then I'm adding some more kind of like a highlights to try to make this horse's shape make a little bit more sense. They have very powerful the top part of their legs. So I was trying to get that to come across down at the bottom, but I just don't think I did a very good job. This art journaling, it's not, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be close to perfect. Sometimes all you want to do in your art journal is just write. Write the things that are going on, and maybe you can put a little bit of art over the top of them. Then I bring back in the white again and whiten up those spots. I got them a little bit dirty when I was doing some shading. So working on the face. In the picture, the horse has his teeth showing. I mean, maybe I've been around a lot of horses in my life, and I've not really seen them do that often. Open up their mouth like that, but it makes for a funny expression, especially because his eye was kind of rolling back, like, I don't know. It's just a funny picture. So it's only day 15. There's still 16 more days of pages and videos coming up. Hopefully I'll get through all of that and I'll be able to make a video every day for you guys. If you're enjoying it, please remember to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment below. That really helps my channel, and I like to read the comments and see what people think about my snarky pages. I don't normally make snarky pages, so this whole month of snarky pages is a little bit different. I've been having fun with animals because I think that animals are really expressive, and so I've been making a lot of animals this month. You guys can go back and watch all the other ones if you want to. Also, you can pin this on Pinterest or share it on Facebook. Subscribe if you haven't already. That always helps. And yeah, now I'm writing the quote. And this is directly from the mood board. And I'm writing it in my own handwriting, which I don't do that often. It says, due to COVID-19, Sweet Caroline is banned. There will be no touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. I thought that was very funny. You know, this it's from the song. If you don't know the song Sweet Caroline, then you probably should just look it up and you'll understand the quote a little bit better. I'm not going to sing for you today. So I'm trying to write in different, like I'm doing some block writing and then I'm trying to do some more like free-form writing and vary the different looks of the writing. I've got some kind of cursive down there, so that it looks a little bit more interesting than just me just writing it all in one way all across the page. I'm adding some white highlights in some of it so that it stands out a little bit better. And this took a while. This is 4 times sped up. I don't know which takes longer, stamping or or writing. I know stickers don't take very long if you put the stickers on. I've been trying to vary what I'm doing for everything in these books, trying not to do the same thing every single day. I'm not sure that I'm succeeding that well. But anyway, this is a funny page. I like it. I like the background. I like the silly horse. It's funny. And really just taken exactly from the mood board. It's like, almost like I almost used everything on the mood board. The one thing I really liked on the mood board that I didn't use is this cliff with this house on this, like it's almost falling off. That's what that's what this year feels like. Like your house is just almost falling off a cliff. I mean, really, what's next, And I almost thought of doing something with that. But then just to kind of continue my animal theme, I went ahead went with the horse. The horse with the funny face. The pens that I'm using are Posca pens with the fine tip. If you guys didn't already know that, I use my Posca pens on almost every single project. I just love them so much. They are acrylic paint and a pen, and they're just so useful to me, especially for art journaling. Going ahead and highlighting his silly teeth and his kind of rolling eye. And this one, I'm going to add that little circle with a slash up at the top just because there's an area there that I could fill in. And then this page is done. So I guess that's it for me. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.